Hi students, welcome to my channel Doctor's Physics, and in this video we are going to study about speed, velocity and acceleration. Okay, what is speed? What is speed? Speed is nothing but the distance traveled by the body per unit time. Simply speed is nothing but the distance by time. That means simply distance traveled by the body per unit time. That means simply I can write as distance by time. Okay, well and good. Now what is unit? Unit is meter per second. Now saving whether the speed is a scalar quantity or a vector quantity. Distance is scalar quantity. Time is scalar quantity. Both won't depend on direction. Therefore the speed is also a scalar quantity. Okay. That means it will depend only on magnitude. Speed won't depend on direction. It simply depends on the distance. Distance won't depend on direction. Therefore, speed is a scalar quantity. Okay, now what are the types of speeds? Already you guys know all these things. You guys study in your school days. Now, what is the first one? Uniform speed. Second one, non-uniform speed. Third one, average speed. And fourth one, instantaneous speed. Okay, well and good. Now what is uniform speed? When I will say the body is in uniform speed, I will say the body is in uniform speed when the body covers equal distance in equal time. That means if I take 1 second interval, in 1 second the body, first second the body has to travel 10 meters. Even in second second the body has to travel 10 meters. Even third second the body has to travel 10 meters. That means in equal interval of time the body has to cover equal distance. Then I will say the body is traveling with uniform speed. That means simply the constant speed. That means equal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, this is nothing but uniform speed. There is nothing but constant speed. Okay, now next one, non-uniform speed. Now what is non-uniform speed? When the body is traveling with different speeds, the speed of the body is not constant, it is changing with respect to the time. Now first second the body is traveling 10 meters. Second second the body is traveling 20 meters. That means first second the speed is different from the second second. That means speed is changing. When that speed is changing, then I will say it is a non-uniform speed. That means simply I can say unequal distance. The body is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time. Equal interval of time. That means in the same time, 1 second, but the distance traveled is different. 10 meters, 20 meters. Then I will say the speed is different. That is nothing but non-uniform speed. Or I can say it as equal distance in unequal interval of time. Unequal interval of either the case are nothing but non-uniform speed. Okay, what is average speed? The average speed. This symbol denotes me the average. What is average speed? Average means nothing but sum of all the terms by the total number of terms. The same thing. Average speed is nothing but total distance traveled by the body. Total distance traveled by the body to the total time taken. See here, in this average speed, the total time taken, that means even the time where the body is, even the time when the body is at rest is also considered. Please remember that. Okay, this is my home, and from home I am going to the office. Now office is 3 kilometers from here. Now it took me 10 minutes to go. From here to my office it took me 10 minutes to go, and the distance is 3 kilometers. Okay, well and good. I went to the office and I was doing some work for 8 hours. 8 hours. That means simply I was rest in the office. Now again I came back and it took me 10 minutes, and the distance is 3 kilometers. What is total distance? 3 to go to office, again to come back 3. Therefore total distance is 6 kilometers. But what is the total time? To go 10 minutes, to come 10 minutes, and I was there for 8 hours. in the office, even that time also will be counted. Even the time where I was in rest also will be counted. Therefore, 10 plus 8 hours plus 10 minutes. The total time is 8 hours 20 minutes. That is nothing but average speed. Please remember this. The time when the body is at rest is also considered. Now last one, instantaneous speed. What is the meaning of instantaneous speed? By the name itself we can say instantaneous. That means the speed at a particular instant. That means at a particular second I want to know the speed. That means if I am going on the bike, the speedometer of the bike will give me the instantaneous speed. That means whenever you are going fast, the speedometer will change. When as the body is changing its speed, the speedometer will change. That means at that particular instant we can know what is the speed of the body. The speedometer will give me the instantaneous speed. That means at a particular second I want to know the speed of the body. Now that one I will get by, see here. This is the distance traveled by the body, and I want to know the distance, the speed of the body at a particular instant. That means at this point I want to know the speed. At this point, if I want to know the speed, what I have to do? I have to assume a small time interval. I am assuming a very small interval, that is delta t. Very small. And in the delta t time, the body is traveling delta x distance. In a small interval of time, delta t, the body is traveling small distance, that is delta x. Now what is instantaneous speed? The instantaneous speed I will get as delta x by delta t. That means a small interval of distance, small interval of time, and in that time interval, the body covered a small distance at delta x. That means if I find delta x by delta t, I will get the instantaneous speed. When this delta x is very small, then I can assume it as a dx. Therefore, dx by dt. If I find dx by dt, then I will get the instantaneous speed, where x is the distance. Okay. This is speed. And now, same is this. I am drawing a graph distance versus time. I am drawing a graph distance versus time. Now this is the graph. And now say me, what this making some angle theta. Now what is the slope of this graph? The slope of the graph is how much? Nothing but tan theta. Now what is tan theta? Tan theta is nothing but perpendicular by base. What is the perpendicular? That is nothing but x. What is the base? Base is nothing but time. What is distance by time? Distance by time is nothing but speed. That means in a distance time graph, the slope of the graph will give me the speed. Please remember that. In a distance time graph, the slope of the graph will give me the speed. Now okay, well and good. Now see here. This time and this distance. Now there are two graphs. The speed 1, speed 2. This is the graph for one body which is traveling with speed s1, and this is the graph for second body which is traveling with speed s2. Now say me which body is moving with more speed? S1 is greater than S2 or S2 is greater than S1. How to find? Now simply find the angle. Here theta 1, here the angle is theta 2. If theta 2 is greater than theta 1, then tan theta 2 is greater than tan theta 1. That means slope of 2 is greater than slope of 1. Sorry, this one we will assume it as 1 and this one we will assume it as 2. Therefore theta 2 is for S2. Therefore that we can write theta 1 is greater than theta 2. Therefore tan theta 1 is greater than tan theta 2. That means the slope of 1 is greater than slope of 2. Slope in x distance time graph, the slope determines the speed. Therefore S1 is greater than the speed of the body 1 is greater than the speed of the body 2. That means for which graph the slope is more, that body is traveling with more speed. The more about graphs we will study after the acceleration. For present, this is enough. Okay, next one. We will go to the velocity. Okay, before going to velocity, we will see few problems in speed itself. Okay, now see here. The body is traveling. Half distance with velocity, with speed v1, and the body is traveling remaining half distance with the speed v2. Find the average speed. That means this one. The symbol denotes me the average. They told to find here what they gave. The body is traveling half distance with speed v1 and remaining half distance with speed v2. They told to find the average speed. Now see here starting point. Now the body is traveling from here to here. Now the body is traveling half of the distance. I am assuming the total distance as 2s. For half of the distance, that means distance is s, and remaining half distance is s. For this distance, the body is traveling with a speed v1. Therefore, speed is v1. Here the speed is v2. Okay, well and good. What is it told to find the average speed? What is the average speed formula? The average speed is equal to total distance by total time. Okay, what is total distance? S plus S, that is 2s. Now what is the total time? T1 plus T2. Where T1 is the time taken for the body to cover half distance, where T2 is the time taken by the body to cover the remaining half distance. Okay, now I have to find what is T1 and T2 because they are unknowns. I should remove the unknowns. Therefore, speed is equal to distance by time. Therefore, time is equal to distance by speed. Now use this. What is time? What is time taken? T1. The time taken T1 is equal to distance is s. What is speed? That is v1. Same. What is the time T2? Time T2 is equal to what is the distance? S. What is the speed? v2. Now just keep it there. What you will get? 2s by s by v1 plus s by v2. Now take the LCM. If you take the LCM, what you will get? 2s by v2 s plus v1 s by v1 v2. Therefore 2 v1 v2 s by v2 plus v1. I am taking s common. If I take s common, v2 plus v1 into s. Therefore s cancelled. What is remaining? The remaining is 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Therefore, the average speed when the bodies are traveling half distance with speed v1 and remaining half distance with speed v2 is 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Please remember this. Now, the same problem they can ask in different way. In which way they can ask? The body is moving with the speed v1 from a to b. The body is moving with the speed v1 from a to b. And when it is coming back from B to A, it is coming with the speed V2. The body is moving with the speed V1 when it is moving from A to B, and the body is coming with the speed V2 when it is coming from B to A. Now they told to find the average speed. A to B and B to A, same distance. If I can do this problem as A to B and B to A, distance is same. Therefore, distance is S and S. What is the speed? V1. Here, what is the speed? V2. The same model. Same thing, but they ask in a different way. Now here the average velocity, average speed is how much? 2 V1, V2 by V1 plus V2. That's all. The questions may be changing, but if you understand the concept, you can solve the problems easily. Now we'll see one more question. Okay, now the body is moving with speed v1. The body is moving with speed v1 for time t1 and v2 for time t2. Simply they told that from here to here, first t1 seconds the body travels speed v1 and next t2 seconds the body travels with speed v2. That is the question. They told to find average speed, that's all. Find average speed. Now what is average speed? Total distance by same formula, total time. Now what is the total distance? S1 plus S2. See here, the body is traveling from here for t1 seconds with a speed v1, and from here for t2 seconds with a speed v2. That means the distance traveled here s1, here the distance traveled is s2. Distance is different. Therefore I took s1 s2 by what is total time? t1 plus t2. Now we don't know s1 s2. They are unknowns. I should convert into knowns, that is v1 and t1s. Therefore what is s1? S1 is nothing but distance. Distance is equal to speed into time. Therefore S1 I can write as V1 into T1, and S2 I can write as V2 into T2. Just keep it there. What you will get? V1 T1 plus V2 T2 by T1 plus T2. This is the answer. When the bodies are traveling with the speed V1 for time T1 and with the speed V2 for time T2, the average speed is V1 T1 plus V2 T2 by T1 plus T2. This is the average speed. Okay, next. We'll see one more problem. What is that? Okay. The same question, but here the time intervals I am taking same. That means for half time the body travels with the speed v1, and for remaining half time, the body is traveling with the speed v2. Find the average speed. Okay, they told to find the average speed. The same question, but here the time is taken. That means t1 is equal to t2. That means I am assuming it as t. Now what is the average speed? Average speed is v1 t1 plus v2 t2 by t1 plus t2. The same question. Now I am taking as t1 t2 as t. Half time, right? That means times are same. Time intervals are same. Therefore, v1 t plus v2 t by t plus t. Therefore, v1 plus v2 by 2 is the answer. If when the bodies are traveling with a speed v1 for half time and with a speed v2 for remaining half time, then the average speed is v1 plus v2 by 2. See here, for half distance, when they gave half distance, the average speed formula is 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. When they gave half time, that means this question, half time, then the average speed formula is v1 plus v2 by 2. That's all. Please remember this. Okay, now we'll go to the velocity. Okay, what is velocity? What is speed? Speed is nothing but distance by time. Same, velocity is nothing but displacement by time. What is unit? Unit is same, meter per second. Now displacement is scalar or a vector? Displacement is a vector. If it is a vector, that means the velocity also must be a vector quantity. That means velocity will depend on magnitude as well as direction also. Speed won't depend on direction, but velocity will depend on direction. That means if the direction of the body is changing, automatically the velocity also will change. Okay. That means it will depend both on magnitude plus direction. Okay, well and good. Now say me, what is the displacement? Displacement is nothing but final position minus initial position. Please remember this. Displacement is nothing but final position minus initial position. That means velocity is nothing but final position minus initial position by time. Velocity is nothing but final position minus initial position by time. Please remember that. Okay, fine. Now what is the direction of displacement? Direction of displacement. The direction of displacement is, already I told you, what is that? From initial to final position. That means here, this is the initial point and the body is traveling like this and it is stopping at the final point. Now the displacement is nothing but the shortest path between the final and the initial points. This is the displacement. What is the direction of displacement? Displacement depends on direction also. What is the direction of displacement? From initial to final. That means this is the displacement direction. The body is moving in this direction. The same, if the displacement direction from initial to final, no, velocity is nothing but displacement time. Therefore, the direction of velocity is also same. That is from initial position to final position. If the displacement direction from initial to final position, even then the velocity direction is also from initial to final position. Please remember this. That means the displacement direction and the velocity direction is both are same. Okay. Till now it is good. Next, even in velocity also there are 4 types: uniform, non-uniform, average, and lastly instantaneous velocity. Now what is uniform velocity? Same as speed. What is uniform speed? Equal distance in equal time. What is uniform velocity? Equal displacement in equal time. Now when the displacement will be same, see, equal displacement in equal time. When the displacement will be same, when the magnitude of the body traveled is same, plus even the direction also must be same. That means here I am standing here, I am moving 10 meters forward and then I took 10 meters right side. Now when I am moving from here to forward, displacement is 10 meters and direction is north. When I turn right side, then the displacement is 10 meters but the direction is east. That means even though the distance is traveling same in equal time, but the direction is changing. When the displacement will be same, when the body is traveling in a straight line, that means the only possibility for a uniform velocity is the body has to travel in a straight line with uniform speed. Please remember this. I will say the body is in uniform velocity when the body is traveling with a uniform speed and in a straight line. Even the body is moving in a uniform speed. That means every second the body is covering 10 meters, 10 meters, 10 meters. Well and good. Distance speed won't depend on direction. Whatever be the direction, if the body is covering 10 meters in each second, then speed is same, uniform speed. But the displacement will depend on direction. That means when the speed is same but even the directions are changing, then it is not a uniform velocity. Therefore, what I have to do? For uniform velocity, the body has to move with the same uniform speed and that too in a straight line. If the direction is changing, then it will become a non-uniform speed. Therefore, equal displacement in equal time. That means straight line. The body has to move in a straight line with uniform speed. Then I will say it is a uniform velocity. Please remember this. Uniform speed in a straight line. Then I will say the body is uniform velocity. If even though the speed is same, but the body is not moving in a straight line, then I won't say it is a uniform velocity because the direction is changing. Because if direction is changing, then the velocity also will change. Now, non-uniform velocity. What is non-uniform velocity? Same. What is it? Equal displacement in unequal time or unequal displacement in equal time, same as speed. Here. Now I will make it simple. I am moving on a bike. I am moving with a constant speed. That means everywhere I am maintaining 10 meters per second speed. If I am moving on a straight line, then it is a uniform velocity. Speed is same, direction is same. Therefore, it is a uniform velocity. Well and good. But I am moving with the same 10 meters per second speed, but I am moving on different directions. When I am moving on different directions, direction is changing, then the displacement will change. If the displacement is changing, then it is a non-uniform velocity. Please remember that it is a non-uniform velocity. That means the direction, the velocity may change. Please remember, the velocity may change by the magnitude, or the velocity may change by the direction, or the velocity may change by the both magnitude and direction. If the direction of the body is changing, then the velocity will differ. The velocity will change. If the magnitude of the body is changing, the magnitude of the quantity is changing, then the velocity will change. If both are changing, then the velocity change. Therefore, there is nothing but uniform velocity. Okay, leave it. Next, average. What is average velocity? Same, total distance by total time. Same here, total displacement by total time. There is nothing but final position minus initial position by total time. That means T2 minus T1. The body is at final position at time T2 and the body is at initial position at time T1. Therefore, the difference in the final position minus initial position is the total displacement, and the difference between the final time minus initial time is the total time. Therefore, xf minus xi by T2 minus T1. Total displacement by total time. That is nothing but average velocity. Now, instantaneous velocity. Same instantaneous velocity. Same. The velocity at a particular instant. That means I will get v is equal to, in this speed I told, dx by dt. Therefore, the velocity is equal to dx by dt. This is very important formula. Please remember. The velocity is equal to differentiation of displacement with respect to time. Please remember this. Okay. Okay, that's all. Uniform, non-uniform, average, instantaneous. Okay, now few things to remember. Distance is always greater than or equal to displacement, and speed is equal to distance by time, velocity is equal to displacement by time. That means if distance is greater than or equal to displacement, then speed must be greater than or equal to velocity. That means always the speed of the body is greater than or equal to velocity. Distance can be positive or it can be zero. Displacement can be positive, negative or zero. Same thing. The speed can be positive or zero, and the velocity can be positive, zero, or it may be negative also. The negative sign and positive sign will decide me the direction. Negative means I will assume one direction, and positive means I will assume one more direction. This negative and positive will give me the direction. Therefore, the velocity will have both positive, negative and zero value. Speed will have positive and zero value. Always speed is greater than or equal to velocity. Please remember this. Okay, by this we completed the velocity, and there is small thing here, graph. Now I am drawing a graph, displacement versus time. Previous graph I took distance versus time, but now I am taking displacement versus time. Now, same. What is a theta? Now, what is tan theta? Tan theta is nothing but slope. What is slope? Slope is nothing but perpendicular by base. What is the perpendicular? That is displacement by time. That means displacement of time is nothing but velocity. That means displacement time graph, if I find the slope, then I will get the velocity. The slope of displacement versus time graph will give me the velocity. And now here, everywhere the slope is constant. Here the slope is constant, at this point the slope is constant, at this point the slope is same. At everywhere the slope is same. Then what is this? The slope is same, that means velocity is same. If the velocity is same, that means it is a uniform velocity. Okay, well and good. Now same with this. Displacement versus time. Now the body is moving like this. Now say me. Displacement versus time. Now what the body is moving like this. Now say me. What is the graph represents? Here if I find that theta. Now what is tan theta? Tan theta is negative because the angle is greater than 90. If the angle is greater than 90, the slope is negative. That means the slope is negative means the velocity is negative. That means this graph denotes me the negative velocity. The slope, this graph will give me the negative velocity. The velocity is negative. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? Velocity is positive. What is the meaning of that? Displacement is continuously increasing. What is the velocity negative? Meaning of that? Displacement is continuously decreasing. Therefore, these graphs denotes me positive uniform velocity. This one also uniform velocity, but here is the positive velocity, but here it is negative velocity. That's all. Many graphs are there, but we will see every graph detailedly after the acceleration topic. For present, please remember till here. That's all. Now, same thing. Same displacement versus time. Two graphs. The body is traveling with velocity v1 and another body is traveling with velocity v2. Which body is traveling with more velocity? Theta 1, theta 2. Wait. Okay. Theta 1, theta 2. Now which is greater? Theta 2 is greater than theta 1. This angle is greater than this angle. That means tan theta 2 is greater than tan theta 1. That means the slope of 2 is greater than slope of 1. Slope means nothing but velocity. It is nothing but v2 is greater than v1. That means the body 2 is moving with more velocity when compared to the body 1. That's all. Okay. There are many graphs, many graphs. Every graph detailedly we will see in after acceleration topic. Okay, now we will see about the acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration means the rate of change of velocity. The rate of change of velocity. That means how fastly the velocity is changing per unit time. How fastly the velocity is changing per unit time. That is nothing but acceleration. That means acceleration is equal to delta v, where delta v is nothing but v2 minus v1. That means final velocity minus initial velocity by 10. Final velocity minus initial velocity by 10. And the unit for acceleration is meter per second square. Meter per second square is the unit of acceleration, and velocity is a scalar quantity and a vector quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity, therefore acceleration is a vector quantity. Okay, what is the direction of acceleration? The direction of acceleration is the direction of change in velocity. What is velocity direction? The velocity direction is nothing but the direction of displacement. Same thing, the direction of acceleration is direction of change in velocity. It's not a direction of velocity, it is a direction of change in the velocity. Please remember this. Okay. We'll clearly understand this direction of acceleration when you're knowing the vectors. That means in 2D we'll understand clearly. Okay, now what is there? Acceleration unit we got, formula we got, vector quantity is a vector quantity. Now, same here also. Uniform acceleration, non-uniform acceleration. Next one, average. Then lastly, instantaneous acceleration. Now, what is uniform acceleration? When I will say the body is having uniform acceleration, now see here. At time t1, the body is moving with the velocity v1. At time t2, the body is moving with the velocity v2. And at time t3, the body is moving with the velocity v3. That means at different timing intervals, the body is having different velocities. At time interval t1, the velocity is v1. At time interval t2, the velocity is v2. And time interval t3, the velocity is v3. Now, what is acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but v2 minus v1 by what is the time interval? t2 minus t1 must be equal to v3 minus v2 by what is the time interval? t3 minus 3 2. If this condition is satisfied, that means the rate of change of velocity is same. v2 minus v1 by time, v3 minus v2 by time. That means the rate of change of velocity is same. Then I will say the body is having uniform acceleration. When this condition is satisfied, then the body is in uniform acceleration. That means the rate of change of velocity must be same. When it is same, then it is in uniform acceleration. For uniform acceleration, this condition must be satisfied. v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1, v3 minus v2 by t3 minus t2. Please remember this. When this condition is not satisfied, then that is non-uniform acceleration. That means if the velocity, the rate of change of velocity is increasing. Now I will give a best examples here. 2 meters per second, 4 meters per second, 6 meters per second, at 0 seconds, at 1 second, at 2 seconds. This is the velocity of the body and these are time intervals. At time t equal to 0, the body velocity is 2 meters per second. At time t is equal to 1 second, the body velocity is 4. And at time t is equal to 2 seconds, the body velocity is 6. Now say me whether it is uniform acceleration or not. See here. The increase in the velocity is 4 minus 2. How much? 2. What is the time taken? 1 second. Now here what is increase in the velocity? 6 minus 4. That means 2. How many time? In how much time? 1 second. That means at every interval of time, at every second, the velocity is increasing by 2 meters per second. You guys will accept that at every second, the velocity is increasing by 2 meters per second. How much per every second? How much velocity is increasing? 2. That means the acceleration is nothing but 2 meters per second square. I think this is clear. With how much velocity it is increasing at every second, that much will be the acceleration. That means 4 minus 2 by time 1. For 4 minus 2 by 1 is nothing but 2. For acceleration is 2 meters per second square. Now this is 2, 2. The rate of change of velocity is same in equal interval of time. Therefore this is a uniform acceleration. At every second, the increase in the velocity is same. This is uniform acceleration. Okay. Now same with this one. 6 meters per second, 4 meters per second, 2 meters per second. At time t equal to 0 seconds, at time t equal to 1 second, at time t equal to 2 seconds. Now same what is happening? Here the velocity is 6, here the velocity is 4. The velocity is decreasing by minus 2 meters per second at every 1 second. Here the velocity is decreased by minus 2 at every 1 second. Either the velocity may be increasing or the velocity may be decreasing, but it is happening with a constant increment. Here minus 2 every second. Therefore it is also a uniform acceleration, but here it is a positive acceleration, here it is a negative acceleration. Here the velocity is increasing, here the velocity is decreasing. Therefore it is negative acceleration, but it is uniform. That means uniform means at every second the velocity is increasing by same amount. At every second the velocity is decreasing by same amount. Then I will say that it is uniform acceleration. If not, non-uniform. That's all. Now same is here. By example of non-uniform. 2 meters per second, 3 meters per second, 5 meters per second, 0 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds. First interval of time, in 1 second, how much velocity is increased? 3, 2. That means 1 velocity, 1 meter per second is increased in first second. In second, how much velocity is increased? 5 minus 3 means 2. That means the rate of change of velocity is not same. At every second, the velocity is not increasing by same amount. First second, it is increased by 1. For second, it is increased by 2. That means the rate of change of velocity is changing. That means here the acceleration is 1 meter per second square. Here the acceleration is 2 meter per second. That means acceleration is changing. That means it is a non-uniform acceleration. Okay. Now what is average? What is average? Final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken, by total time. By total time. What is that? Nothing but what is the final velocity? Final velocity is v1 t1, right? What is the final velocity? v3. What is initial velocity? v1. What is the time taken? 3t minus t1. That is nothing but average velocity. Average velocity, the final velocity minus initial velocity by total time taken. Even the body is at rest, it is also counted. Now instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous velocity means the small change in the velocity, that is dv, by the small time interval, that is dt. I want to find the accelerator at a particular instant. That means at that instant, what is the change in the velocity is dv by dt. That is nothing but acceleration. If instantaneous acceleration is dv by dt. And in the question, if they told to find the acceleration, that means it is simply instantaneous acceleration. Please remember that. They won't mention what is average or instantaneous. They will mention simply acceleration. That means it is instantaneous acceleration. What is this? Acceleration is equal to dv by dt. What is v? V is nothing but dx by dt. Therefore keep it here. What you will get? D square x by dt square. Please remember this. Acceleration is differentiation of velocity with respect to time, or acceleration is double differentiation of displacement with respect to time, where x is displacement. Please remember this formula, where a is instantaneous acceleration. Okay. Okay, I will simplify it. Acceleration is v2 minus v1 by time, meter per second square. That's all. When simply v2 means final velocity, v1 means initial velocity. That's all. Okay, well and good. No. Positive acceleration. Positive acceleration. When it is a positive acceleration, then we will call it simply acceleration itself. Acceleration itself. When it is negative acceleration, then we will call it as retardation. Please remember this. Retardation, or we will call it as deceleration. Deceleration. That means here in the question they gave, the acceleration of the body is 2 meters per second square. The acceleration of the body is 2 meters per second square. That means I will assume the acceleration is equal to 2 meters per second square. In the question they gave, the retardation is 2 meters per second square. Retardation is 2 meters per second square. That means acceleration is minus 2 meters per second square. Please understand the question. If they told acceleration is 2 meters per second square, therefore A is equal to 2 meters per second square. If they told retardation is 2 meters per second square, retardation means negative acceleration. Retardation is equal to 2 meters per second square. That means acceleration is minus 2 meters per second square. Make sure this, you will understand this, and you will please remember this. Okay. Now see here. Now say me 0 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. The velocity is 2. Here the velocity is 4, 6, 8. Now say me whether it is uniform acceleration or non-uniform acceleration. At every second, the velocity is increased by here. It is increased by 2. Here the increase increased by 2. Here it is increased by 2. Therefore it is a uniform acceleration, and acceleration is 2 meters per second square. Well and good. Uniform acceleration and acceleration is 2 meters per second square. Now same way it is positive or negative. The velocity is increasing. At every second the velocity is increasing. Therefore it is a positive acceleration. Uniform and positive acceleration. Value is 2 meters per second square. Now say me 8, 6, 4, 2. Now say me. The difference in the velocity is 2. Here the velocity difference is 2. Here the velocity difference is 2. Difference is minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. What is the difference per unit second? There is nothing but acceleration. What is acceleration here? Acceleration is minus 2 meters per second square. Now it is uniform or non-uniform. Everywhere the acceleration and acceleration value is minus 2 meters per second square. Minus means it is nothing but I will say it is a uniform retardation. Uniform retardation. That means I will write as R is equal to 2 meter per second square, where r is retardation. R is equal to 2 meter per second square is nothing but acceleration is minus 2 meter per second square. Now say me, it is negative or positive? Negative. Therefore, I will call it as a retardation. Well and good. Now say me this one. 2, 3, 5, 8. Now say me, what is acceleration? At first second, the velocity is increased by 1. At second second, the velocity is increased by 5 minus 3 is 2. At third second, the velocity is increased by 3. That means the velocity, the change in the velocity is not same. Here the change in the velocity is 1, here the change in the velocity is 2, here the change in the velocity is 3. That means the change in the velocity is not same. That means acceleration is not same. If it is non-uniform acceleration. Next one, non-uniform acceleration. Now whether the acceleration is increasing or decreasing. Here the acceleration is 1, here the acceleration is 2, here the acceleration is 3. Therefore it is increasing in acceleration. That means acceleration is increasing. The same thing for 8, 5, 3, 2. That means it is a decreasing in acceleration. It is acceleration. It is not retardation. Now see here. I will give one more example. Clearly see here. 10, 10, 15, 13, 11. 10, 15, 15, 8, 18, 19. Now say me. For first second, how much increase in the velocity? 5. For second second, how much increase in the velocity? 3. For third second, how much increase in the velocity? 1. Now observe carefully. The velocity is increasing. 10, 15, 18, 19. If the velocity is increasing, then it must be a positive acceleration. If the velocity is increasing, it is a positive acceleration. Now, here the acceleration is 5, here the acceleration is 3, here the acceleration is 1. Therefore, it is decreasing in acceleration. Decreasing in acceleration is not retardation. Retardation is when the velocity is decreasing. Here the velocity is 10, 15, 18, 19. The velocity is increasing. That means it is acceleration. If it is velocity is decreasing, then we will call it as a retardation. Please remember that point. Acceleration is decreasing, but velocity is increasing. If the velocity is increasing, then it is acceleration. Therefore, it is a decreasing in acceleration. It is not retardation. Please remember that. Okay. Okay, and we will solve one small problem. We will solve one small problem. The body is moving in a circular path of radius 7 meters. The body is moving along the circular path of radius 7 meters. And the body is starting from point A and it completes 3 rotations in 10 seconds. The body is completing 3 rotations in 10 seconds. They told to find the distance traveled by the body. Second, they told to find displacement traveled by the body. They told to find speed of the body. And lastly, they told to find the velocity of the body. Now see here, what is the question? It completes 3 rotations in 10 seconds. That means it is completing how many rotations? 3 rotations. What is the distance? Distance is nothing but 3 into 1 rotation. The body covers a distance of 1 circumference. If it is 3 rotations, the body covers a distance of 3 circumference. 1, 2 and 3. Therefore 3 into circumference, that is 2 pi r. For 3 into 2 into 22 by 7 into what is r? R is how much? 7. Therefore how much? 44 into 3 is 132 meters. Therefore the distance travelled by the body is 132 meters. Now what is the displacement? The body is starting from here and after 1 rotation the body will come back. After second rotation the body will come back to the same position. After third rotation the body will come back to the same position. That means after 3 rotations the body is coming back to the same position. That means initial and final positions are same. If initial and final positions are same, then it is having displacement of 0. Displacement is the shortest path between final and initial points. If final and initial points are same, then displacement of the body is 0 meters. Now what is speed? Speed is nothing but distance by time. What is the distance? 132. What is the time? 10 seconds. Therefore 13.2 meters per second is the speed. Now what is the velocity? What is the velocity? Velocity is nothing but displacement by time. What is the displacement? Displacement traveled by the body is zero because initial and the final points are same. After 3 complete rotations, the body is coming back to the same position. Therefore, the displacement is zero. If the displacement is zero, then 0 by 10 is nothing but 0 meters per second. Therefore, speed is 13.2 meters per second and velocity is 0 meters per second. Please remember that. Okay. One more small thing is there. What are those? We'll see. Equations of the body in uniform acceleration. Equations of the body uniform acceleration. Please remember them. Already you guys know them. Equations of the body in uniform acceleration. Now see here. Acceleration is equal to v minus, simply v minus u by t. Final velocity minus initial velocity by 10. Therefore, what is the velocity? Final velocity is equal to v minus u is equal to at. Therefore, v is equal to u plus at. Where v is the final velocity, where v is the final velocity, where u is the initial velocity, where a is the uniform acceleration, where t is the time. Okay. Now we got v is equal to first equation. What is the first equation? V is equal to u plus at. This is the first equation. Now what is second equation? What is second equation? V is equal to dx by dt. V is equal to dx by dt. Now dx is equal to v into dt. When the time is changing from integration, when the time is changing from 0 to t, the body position is changing where x is a displacement. The body position is changing from xi to xf. When the time is changing from 0 to t, the body position is changing from xi to xf. Therefore, differentiation of dx, integration of dx is nothing but xf, xi must be equal to v into, what is v? V is nothing but u plus at. Therefore, u plus at into dt, integration from 0 to t. Therefore, xf minus xi, final position minus initial position is nothing but displacement. Displacement is final position minus initial position. Therefore, in final minus initial is nothing but displacement, which is nothing but u t plus at. T square, what is integration of t? T square by 2. Therefore, half a t square. Therefore, we got from here, we got the equation S is equal to ut plus half a t square, where S is the displacement. Displacement is equal to final position minus initial position. Please remember that. Therefore, second equation S is equal to ut plus half a t square, where S is nothing but final position minus initial position. Final position minus initial position. Therefore, if I want to find the final position of the body, that is initial position plus ut plus half a t square. So if they told to find the displacement of the body, that is ut plus half a t square, and if they told to find the final position of the body, then it is final position is equal to initial position plus ut plus half a t square. There is a lot of difference between the final position and there is a lot of difference between the displacement and the final position. Please be careful. This is the position where this is the displacement. Okay, now see what I did. Simply v is equal to dx by dt. There's nothing but I started doing the integration both sides. When the time is changing from 0 to t, the position is changing from initial position to final position. Therefore, xf minus xi is nothing but displacement. Displacement is nothing but final position minus initial position, that is ut plus half a t square. If I start doing integration, I will get this. Okay, there is one more third equation. What is that? What is the third equation? Now see here. What is acceleration? Acceleration is dv by dt. I will multiplying with dx and dividing with dx. Therefore, dv by dx into dx by dt. Multiplying and dividing with dx. Therefore, what you will get? dv by dx, leave it like this. And what is dx by dt? Dx by dt is nothing but velocity. Therefore, what you will get? Acceleration is equal to dv by dx into velocity. Therefore, dx into a into dx is equal to v into dy. Now I am starting doing integration. When the velocity is changing from initial velocity to final velocity, when the velocity is changing from u to v, then the position now is changing from xi to xf. At the position xi, the velocity is u. At the position xf, the velocity is v. Therefore, start doing integration. Now, if you do integration, what you will get? A into what is integration of a dx, nothing but a into x. Now limits are from xi to xf, which is equal to what is integration of v? V is nothing but v square by 2. Limits are from u to v. Now solve it. What is that? A into xf minus xi is equal to v square by 2 minus, if I keep u square by 2, v square by 2 minus u square by 2. Now take LCM. V square minus u square by 2. Therefore send that to this side. What you will get? V square minus u square is equal to 2 into a xf minus xi. What is this? Final position minus initial position, nothing but v square minus u square is equal to 2 into a into s, whereas where final position minus initial position nothing but displacement. We got the third equation. V is equal to ut, v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square. That is nothing but final position is equal to initial position plus ut plus half at square. V square minus v square is equal to u square plus 2as, or simply v square minus u square is equal to 2as. These are three basic equations when the body is moving with uniform acceleration. If the acceleration is not uniform, then I can't use these equations. Please remember this. I saw many students who will use these equations when the acceleration is not uniform. So be careful. These equations you have to use only when the body is in uniform acceleration. If the body is not moving with uniform acceleration, then we can't use these equations. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we will see a few more equations. What are those? See here, the displacement traveled by the body is equal to, when the body is moving with uniform acceleration, then the displacement traveled by the body is equal to average velocity into time. See here, when the body is moving with uniform acceleration, displacement traveled by the body is equal to average velocity into time. What is average velocity? Displacement s is equal to average velocity is final velocity plus initial velocity by 2 into time. Please remember this formula. When the body is moving with a uniform acceleration, then the displacement traveled by the body is equal to average velocity is u plus v by 2 into time. Please remember this. First equation, second equation, third equation, fourth equation, and last equation, fifth equation. What is it? Displacement traveled by the body in nth second. Displacement traveled by the body in nth second is given by the formula u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. See here, the displacement traveled by the body in nth second, that means in a particular second, not till 5. Okay, they told to find displacement traveled by the body in 5th second. That means only in 5th second, not from 0 to 5 seconds. Only at 5th second. What is the displacement traveled? That is nothing but Sn. Where Sn is given by the formula u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. Where u is initial velocity, where a is the acceleration, uniform acceleration, into n is nth second. If they told to find 5th second, n is equal to 5. If they told to find the 4th second, n is equal to 4 minus 1 by 2. Please remember this equation. The displacement traveled by the body in nth second is equal to u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. And these all 5 equations I can use only when it is uniform acceleration. You can't use any of the equation when it is not a uniform acceleration. You can't use. You have to use only when it is uniform acceleration. That's all. This is equations of the uniform acceleration. V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square is equal to u square plus 2as, and s is equal to v plus u by 2 into t. That is average velocity into this time. This displacement traveled by the body nth second is equal to u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. These are the 5 equations. Please remember them. And by this we completed speed, velocity and acceleration. And in next video we will see the problems in velocity, initial velocity, speed and acceleration. We will see the problems. After that video we will see the graphs. And if you guys are having any doubts, it may be any topic, it may be 11th class topic, it may be 12th class topics, please mention my mail. Within 24 hours your doubts will be clarified. Thank you.